Aquarius, what's up? So before we get started, I just want to let you know what cards popped out as I was contemplating on your sign. So the Four of Swords popped out, then the Lover's reverse, the Queen of Wands, the King of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Page of Cups, then the Magician reversed, and then it all ended with a wonderful Ten of Pentacles. A little ironic, right? So let's go ahead and get started. So while I shuffle, I just want to give you some background information regarding planetary-wise, how this month in June you may be affected, So family and psychological matters will dominate over career this month. Career for the Aquarians will be based on happiness of the family and their emotional satisfaction. Job issues may be in the background, but June shall be used for future planning and subsequent action. Your interest of others and collaboration with others shall be important to accomplishing your targets this month. There shall be no place for self-will and independent actions or social charm because this is important and you shall allow others to lead the way. The imagination shall be at its peak this month and people involved will notice this. There shall also be an air of optimism about yourself and your vitality shall be high, causing you to get things done and sorted. Career-wise, your work shall be recognized at the workplace and shall be appreciated by management. Pretty good. Okay. Aquarians seeking employment shall have success in obtaining employment, but due to the negative influence of the planets, your cash flow may be affected or it may slow down. That's okay, because you may be noticed by management. So hey, maybe how can I say? Unexpected delays may present themselves in financial transactions. Should be looked at and paid attention to, and you may have to take these things, in your stride when they come up. Any major decisions regarding investments shall be placed on hold, and any financial plans require a thorough review and unnecessary, unnecessary revisions and corrections should be made. So regarding love, love shall be good and entertaining. Singles shall find love in academic environments, parties, sport events, and, well, basically just having fun, And Aquarian women may fall in love with some of the bad boys around this time, so be careful with that. Married and people in, I should say married, coupled married Aquarians should have a harmonious, relationship right now, this month. In terms of health, your house shall be, your house, poor me, what's wrong with me? Your health shall be good this month and shall be enhanced by your awareness about your health issues or about health issues in general. You shall follow a strict diet and fitness program after indulging yourself for most of the month. So watch maybe some of the weight there. Overall, this month shall be great regarding family life as it will blossom, but financial difficulties may trouble you. So just look out for that. All right. Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede into this reading to provide Aquarius with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks, and please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to relieve any other messages or reveal anything that you need me to reveal, and relay them all the messages and read the cards as they're meant to be. Spirit, please release Aquarius' first card. Okay. There's 3 here. I'm going to go ahead and put them back. Got stuck here. Let me come back to you as well. Wow, Aquarius. When I started to contemplate on your sign, I kind of started to feel very, a lot of anxiety. I don't know why, but... Spirit, please release Aquarius' first base card for June 2017. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups reversed. Okay. Spirit, please reveal me at least why the Five of Cups is in reverse here for Aquarius. Why is the Five of Cups here in reverse here for Aquarius regarding the disposition and current circumstances in June 2017? Why is the Five of Cups in reverse here? Anything else Spirit trying to reveal? Anything else? Okay. So we have the Two of Swords. And we have the Nine of Wands. Okay. All right, Aquarius. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit of the anxiety, and I'm also starting to feel maybe a little bit of confusion maybe this month as to where to go. Let's see. Spirit, please release Aquarius' second base card for June 2017 regarding your current disposition and circumstances that surround them in June 2017. Aquarius' second base card. All right, Aquarius, check it out. You came up in your own reading. All right. At least you're upright, right? Why is the Star card here for Aquarius? Please reveal, Spirit, why the Star card is here. Okay, this wanted to pop out too. This was second. This is first, second, and third. Aquarius, I thought we were done with the secrets. Okay. This one was second. Actually, this one was, I'm sorry. Okay. The Hierophant. Could be maybe possibly dealing with the Taurus there. Let's see. It's the Three of Cups reversed, depending on how it landed. Okay. Or, I mean, of course, this could be something done to you, you know? Shoot. What's in Aquarius' thoughts this June, Spirit? What's crowning Aquarius with this June? Okay, anything else there? Oh, okay, two there. We'll take him. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles. Move these down. And we have here, okay, the King of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and we have, okay, the Tower reversed. Alrighty. Let's see. Try to get just this in so I can get everything in frame for you guys. Right. Okay, so we come into the reading. Check it out. With the Page of Cups, just like that was one of the cards that that popped out when I was contemplating on you guys' sign. I kind of figured this was going to come out, or it was going to be within the reading, but I didn't think it was going to be your guys' how you come into the reading. Okay. All right, Aquarius. Let's see here. Well, from initially, I kind of feel, I feel, Aquarius, that you have to come out of a period, or you have came out of a period, or will come out of a period of a lot of pain. And I feel like you kind of had to fight through this pain, or you had to fight through this period as to which you came out of. I feel like there's a lot of maybe arguments. There was a lot of quarrelsome kind of issues, or quarrel just in general. I want to say that you kind of felt trapped, or you felt like you were at an impasse in terms of moving forward with people or with situations. Also, maybe your emotions kind of maybe got the best of you within a situation, but then you ended up coming out of that. And I feel like maybe from this experience, you felt like, I was saying how you felt trapped, you felt like things weren't really going to work out for you. But I feel like they did. Or I'm also picking up on maybe as well that maybe possibly right here that maybe you ended up in a situation, Aquarius, where you rid your emotions, or you kind of took your emotions out of a situation, and it ended up leading you to, you know, being at an impasse into a lot of quarrelsome moments. I keep saying that word, quarrelsome moments. Like, I don't know, I'm kind of starting to feel like maybe that may not be it, but it could be it. Once again, this is a general reading. Just trying to get everything out there that I'm kind of picking up on. Given that the Page of Cups is here in the center, how you came into the reading, or you come into the reading, it kind of makes me kind of believe that maybe your emotions did maybe get the best of you. That you kind of feel like you were on a journey, Aquarius. A journey that kind of included maybe trying to financially secure yourself. But I kind of feel that this journey that you were on, or that you're currently on, may have not been the best type of journey, or the best, how can I say it, best trajectory to be on. Because I kind of feel like maybe there were some things involved that affected people that were kind of, like I said, not the best decisions. And I feel like it's leading to a lot of, like, the after effects are kind of leading to a lot of stress, are leading to a lot of indecision now, maybe from you or from the other person. You know, since this is general, it can go either way. So just apply it to the situation, whether it was done to you or you were doing it to the other person, or to the other party, I should say. But I do feel, Aquarius, that this was kind of done in haste. I feel like this was done at a time where you were maybe in desperate need of something. And I feel like it's money. I feel like it has to do with a lot of stability and solidity, trying to add that to your life or trying to gain that, which I don't blame you. But, you know, Aquarius, we have to remember that, you know, we can't go about things the wrong way. We can't do it, or we can't seek this and obtain whatever it is that we want at the expense of other people, you know? And I feel like it kind of brought you maybe some happiness because, you know, doing this. I'm really drawn to this section over here. And the reason why I feel so drawn to it is because you came out in your own reading, you know, upright, which is great. But right below you is, you know, the Hierophant, or Hierophant, however you like to say it or pronounce it. And I kind of feel that there was a decision or some type of dealing where you felt, or where you feel like maybe some type of deception or something like that is getting you out of heartbreak, or it's getting you out of a period of sadness. Given here too as well, I really feel like these two spreads are very connected, because if you think about it, the Five of Cups is here, that's in reverse. That's great. That's a wonderful combination, right? But you wouldn't expect to see cards being set up like this in terms of, okay, you're coming out of a period of sadness and despair and holding your head down and just walking around with all types of depression, or, you know, kind of being in that space. Since it is in reverse, we're coming out of that period, or we have ended that period. But then all of a sudden we have being at an impasse, not knowing where to go or the decision to make, you know, since the blindfold is on her, or the blindfold is upon her face, on her eyes, and the Two Swords are there because it's like, which direction do I go? This is actually, 2 is a symbol of waiting as well for an answer. And then the 9 of Wands is about, you know, it could mean doing things in haste, but also looking back at all the other options that were available to you, but then you took one option, which could be good or it could be bad. So it's kind of, I feel like there's a confliction here a little bit. But why are we in reverse here? Why is the Five of Cups in reverse? And then we come into the reading very emotional, a slow page, and also someone who really doesn't know, or is on the, you know, the course of understanding their emotions and understanding how to present it and how to give it and how to apply it towards a situation. So I feel with these two spreads, especially coming into the reading with the Page of Cups here, that maybe you kind of did something, or you tried something that maybe was somewhat of a game. Like I said, I feel like it turned things a little upside down, that you maybe thought that with some, once again, this can be done to you, or you can be doing this to the other person, that there were secrets that were sort of withheld, or there was a way of going about it in terms of not really maybe being honest. And I feel like you thought that it would lead you to, you know, come out of a period of heartbreak, or that the heartbreak, or that you wouldn't get heartbroken because, you know, by achieving or obtaining this goal, right? But the Hierophant is in the middle, so it kind of makes me believe or think that you kind of know what happened and what you did or what they did to you, right? And the fact that, you know, it's right below you, you come out in this reading, which makes me kind of think that maybe someone else did this to you, because given that you're upright. But then once again, that can mean that you were aware of this situation. When the moon card comes out, it's usually, depending upon the surrounding cards, it usually means that the person, or the querent, the one who's seeking from the reader, that they know what's going on in a sense. Sometimes it can mean that, but also when it's in reverse, it means deception has been indicated. But like I said, I mean, this could be either you or not you, but I feel like it may not be you. Because, I mean, it's kind of hard to say, you know, but I kind of think I'm getting that initial feeling that there was a secret, or there is one. There's information that's being withheld, and I think the Hierophant is asking you to seek this knowledge, to seek out what is going on, why this person or the situation maybe looks, okay, I'm kind of picking up on, maybe looks better than it should. It looks like an opportunity that is, okay, yeah, I think that's it, guys. That there's opportunity that's going to be presented, or that may be presented. It may be work, I kind of feel, since there's a lot of pentacles in, pretty much all pentacles, with the exception of the Tower reverse, in your thoughts. So I feel like, okay, that's where it's going, I think. There's an opportunity that will present itself, or that may present itself, that will have, or will incline you to maybe think about. It's going to be something that you're like, this seems a little bit too good to be true. Like, I don't know about this, if I should really take this. And I feel like maybe you shouldn't take it, because there's deception involved. There's something that's maybe not being told to you, or something that there's information that's kept, right? And with the card in reverse here, the Three of Swords, makes me kind of believe that you are not really maybe aware of this. That there's some innocence maybe involved in this, in terms of the way that you think, or the way that you are going to approach it. Which also makes me kind of, these two cards here are kind of conflicting ideas with everything else, right? But then thinking that this situation is not going to bring you out of heartbreak, or that it won't cause heartbreak, right? And then you coming out of a period of being in despair, being ashamed of something, coming out of that period, and then but it leads to an impasse, and leads to just choosing one decision maybe, or that one decision being the best decision, like that wand that he's holding. And with the emotion here being very youthful, very innocent by nature, it makes me kind of conclude, of course, that be careful what's going on this month, because I feel like something is going to, like I said, present itself, and it may not be the best thing for you. It may look like it is, but, you know, like they always say, sometimes it's, you know, it looks too good to be true. I'm really getting that feeling. And with the Tower in reverse here, being in your thoughts, this is, the Tower reverse signifies, you know, like you're not willing to accept a change. And the change is going to come about regardless. That's when it's in reverse. It's kind of what it's, you know, it symbolizes that this change is going to come whether you accept it or not. So spirits, I think, want to say, telling you, or just generally in your thoughts, I feel like you kind of know a little bit, or you have a hunch that something's coming, that this looks too good to be true. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles here. This is someone who has everything in terms of abundance. They know how to acquire it, and they also know how to keep it, but they're a maintainer of it, which is great. But then next to that, we have the Page of Pentacles here, and this is someone who is initiating how to understand, or how to acquire this abundance, and how to apply it towards their life. So I kind of feel like there's somewhat of a confliction, like there's a decision sort of that needs to be made, like this decision is going to cause you to kind of be in limbo in terms of trying to decide, okay, I want to acquire this, or I want to acquire that, and I need to get it, and I feel like this opportunity is going to allow me to do so. But then I also feel like with the Tower in reverse here, that there's an understanding that maybe this isn't the right way to go about it. That there's that moment of like deterrence, like you kind of like apprehension in a sense. So I really do feel like there is a factor of knowing within the situation. And once again, I feel like it's something that looks too good to be true. And usually when it usually is too good to be true. And it's something that needs to be thought of, or thought about. And I think that's why the Hierophant is here to remind you that be careful and to think about situations that present themselves and to really take into account all the factors that go into it. Which I feel like maybe this may be a good thing, but I feel like how things are going to transpire in terms of how to go about it, and it is kind of wrong, or it's not going to be the right thing to do. And I feel like maybe later on, this may be realized, like maybe you were left out of the loop about something about the situation, and therefore it's going to be like, oh man, like crap. But then I feel like you may be too deep into it at that point where you would be like, oh my God, I can't pull out now. Like, geez, I'm already here. I've arrived, sort of like that. So I just feel like this month has a lot of, you have to have a lot of thinking involved. You're going to have to be sure to weigh out all your options and to look at the situation as a whole instead of just looking at it as maybe what you can get from it, and looking at how it'll affect your family, how it'll affect your future, how it'll affect the other people that are involved. Because when people bring us into situations that are not very, that leave us in an untenable situation, that tends to cause a lot of upheaval, and then your family or the people that you are involved with that you really love or something to that effect, it causes them to maybe think of, oh my God, like, why did you do that? Did you know that was going to happen? You say no, and then they're like, yeah, right, I bet you did it. And then, it causes a lot of those moments of just, putting yourself in an untenable situation where you feel like you don't have any foundation or anything to back yourself up with because it looks like this was done purposely. So just be mindful of that, of course. I feel like maybe this decision isn't really going to be great. That you never know. It may look great, but I really don't feel like it's going to be. And that's why I'm saying how the page here of Cups is maybe a reminder as to maybe rid your emotions of it in terms of your desires and what you want. Rid yourself of that. And then you have to maybe see the situation as a whole. And I think that's why the Five of Cups is in reverse here, because you think or believe that this is going to bring you out of that depression or out of that despair or out of that anxiety. The moon also has to do with anxiety as well, which leads to reasons why maybe secrets are withheld or information is withheld. That's what I'm saying. I feel like this is you at the end of the situation, where then it's going to lead you to an impasse. It's going to lead you to making that one decision, that wand that he's holding, and then not really looking back at the other, because you can't look back at them because you've come too far, right? That you've already done what you did in this situation, and it's kind of like, oh my God, I can't renege now. I can't back out now. I'm too far into it. So, yeah, I really feel like that's pretty much the message here. Just be careful, because see how it's in order. The abundance in terms of having the home, having everything that you almost need, just missing that one thing. I feel like this is the one thing that you think you're going to get out of this situation. Maybe financial freedom, or maybe being able to provide something that you need or that you are you're in search of, that you're on a conquest to acquire. So we go from there to, oh yeah, I have it all. Yeah, cool, this is working out. And then we go to the page where it's like, wow, I didn't look at that. I didn't perceive it to be as so, because you didn't look at all the fine little tiny details. It goes back to what I was telling you about your astrological influence this month, where it says, financial difficulties may trouble you. Family and psychological matters will dominate over career this month. So I feel like this is something that maybe you feel like will make your family happy, or will add a bigger or longer lasting stability to your family. But I feel like you need to look over this situation again. You're going to have to re-examine it, and don't be so quick, like the page of Cups here, to take that offer. Don't be so quick to jump on it, because you never know what can happen at the end, which we don't know what's going to happen at the end out of any situation, whether it looks good or bad, or it is good or bad. But we can anticipate it, and I feel like there should be an anticipation of it, for sure. Let me pull 2 advice cards, or 3. We'll see what they want to present you with. And then we'll go ahead and take it from there. You know, I kind of feel like we should maybe pull from the bottom of the deck instead. Let's see. So the bottom we have the Nine of Cups, which is pretty good, right? That's abundancy in terms of your emotions, being happy emotionally, knowing that you have what you need emotionally and a fulfillment of it, right? See, the Hangman's here. That's what I thought. We need to examine things. We need to kind of take a step back and look at everything from an objective perception or perspective, you know, because we never really know what's going to happen, what will be presented with itself. And since he is in reverse, you know, that's making that final decision and no longer looking out or no longer observing everything as it is, because you've already made that decision. Yeah, see. Just pull. Here we go. There we go. So, I want to say that the advice for this month, that you think that this is going to be the great decision or this is going to be good, but since, you know, the Hangman is in reverse, God knows what decision you will make. And God knows what you would actually follow with. And that may possibly, I think that it will, lead to upheaval. It's going to lead to having to fight, having to throw your wands down or at people, because now I feel like you have to make that situation up, right? And you have to now approach it from just a different situation, which makes sense with the Nine of Wands, because, I mean, you've made, like I said, he's holding that one wand and he's made that decision that he feels like he needs to make. And what was the decision? Why did you have to fight? Well, because I think right here, you've made it, so now you have to fight for it or to keep it or maintain it. And I believe that's why the Hermit card is here. Also, could be dealing with the Virgo. I lifted up the deck right now to hold it in my hand, and the Magician reverse came on. That was one of the cards that popped out when I was contemplating on your guys' sign here. Let's just finish the Virgo part, or the Hermit card, I'm sorry. So I want to say that be like a Virgo, where they go into that cave and they come out with that enlightenment. Maybe it wasn't the best decision, and maybe the way that you want to manifest your ideas or things that are going on, it may not be the best way to do this. And I feel like this is going to maybe bring you to a better situation, but what does the ends justify the means, in a sense? That's kind of what I'm picking up. And the Magician in reverse is kind of not doing things in, you know, in the background or doing things in silence. It's kind of letting everyone know exactly where you're going or how you're going to manifest these things. And when he's in reverse like that, it means being very vocal with it. People knowing and people actually observing it and seeing. So I want to say that this month has a lot to do with that, where you have to look at situations, don't rush into them, think about them, come out with that lantern, with the enlightenment, and you need to, because when you don't do this, this is what it's going to lead to. The Magician in reverse here, where you are not going to understand how you got into the situation, but then everyone's going to know and everyone will kind of be all up in the business. And then, especially when you did make a mistake or you did something that you necessarily regret or don't really do normally, now everyone is aware of it. And then it's vocalized. People then develop an opinion, you know, which then leads to the Tower here in reverse, where things are going to happen regardless of what you say or how you go about doing it. So, I mean, I'm not sure, nor will anyone really know how the situation will work out. But I just think that, like I was saying, about just be mindful of it. Don't make decisions in haste. Don't rush it. Don't take advantage of situations that look too good to be true. Because, you know, if situations that were too good to be true worked out every time, then everyone would have what they need and what they want. And that's not how things work. Okay, Aquarius, I think that's about it. That's all I'm really getting from here. Yeah, I believe that's about it. All right, well, I left a link in the description for you guys. My prices have changed. So in terms of private readings and things of this nature, let's go ahead and check it out. And if you want to look a little deeper into this or your situation at hand, uniquely, or, you know, kind of more towards your situation, go ahead and read. And we'll go ahead and sign you up. Okay, so just be careful, Aquarius. Don't overlook things. Make sure to look at things from all different perspectives. Don't rush into it, even though it may be something that you need or that you want right now. But like your astrological influences, it says, make sure that any major decisions regarding investments shall be placed on hold, and any financial plans require a thorough review, and necessary course connections, or corrections should be made. I feel like this is what's going on too. It kind of coincided with that these need to be looked over once again. Okay, and be careful with the decisions and make sure that you make the right ones and you have a very discernible mind this month. All right. Okay, we'll see you.